Boom! First one like always, right here, everybody. We had a speckled trout, partner.
I left him up there for you.
So this makes number 3.
That's a pretty fish. Oh Lord, that's 5. I've got to change. Look at him. What number is that, Jack?
I don't want to put it on TV, but
6-0. Whoo! Pretty fish right there. And look at that. That's the best kind. Oh! Hi-yow! And the crowd goes wild.
I was hoping for the shutout, folks, but he got lucky.
Looking for the shutout.
Boom!
Nice.
Put me on TV, Jay.
And it's a nice one. This is Speckled Trout. Coming back at you, Jack.
I'm putting on the clinic today. A clinic of choking at the end.
You know what they say about them blind squirrels?
Get me on TV, baby.
Jesus.
Boom!
Oh! Boom!
Y'all sure you're gonna add this show?
This
Y'all
is
not gonna add this show. I
air.
guarantee this show's not gonna be on TV.
I can't remember.
Oh, we had technical difficulties.
Oh, it's a beautiful
Jay broke the camera.
So let's start from square one. As far as Delcroix goes this year, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the fishing today, or right now?
6.5.
What do you see the fishing being in 2 weeks?
Hopefully still a 6.5.
You think it'll stay, or you don't think it'll improve?
It might get worse, it might get better. I can't figure that out. I wish I could.
Well, I mean, you're seeing bait. You know,
I've been catching plenty shrimp. I've been seeing plenty mullets. I've been seeing pogies on top of the water up the canal, where they just dredged the canal out. I see bait everywhere, but you know, the fishing's like we had a good day today. I mean, I think people just have to face the fact that you ain't going out there and catching limits all the time no more.
It's just not the same.
It's not the same.
All right. Well, what I see though is we are still in something of a late spring pattern. Some days are windy, some days are rainy. Still got a little front sometimes trying to come through. They don't change the temperature exactly, but they change wind direction. They stir up water and that sort of thing. We're going to settle into a summer pattern here pretty soon. When that happens, if the water was cleaner, with the bait that's in the water, the wind didn't get so out of hand so often, fishing going to pick up?
It should. I mean, you would think at that point, yeah, things would get a lot better, which, you know, like I just said, 6.5 again in 2 weeks from now, but I could be totally wrong. It could be a 9 or 8.5, who knows? Or it might drop down, you know what I'm saying? But
it just seems like this is the time of year that it's tough, and then all of a sudden there's this one weekend. Conditions get right, and every fish cleaning table and every marina and everywhere just gets loaded with fish, and then that sort of is the big bang that kicks off that summer run. Well, and we haven't seen it yet.
Well, it was last weekend here.
You think that's what it was?
A lot of people caught beautiful fish last weekend.
No kidding.
That's why I went fishing where we went fishing today. I haven't really been trout fishing at all. But today, you know, with the people catching the fish that they caught over the weekend, I went Sunday goofing off with a friend. We caught 41, and I went back yesterday with a customer. We caught 19 beautiful trout, and then today me and you went, I don't know, we got 25, 30 beautiful fish today.
Gotcha.
So,
if somebody was going this weekend, what would you tell them?
Come down here, get some live shrimp, hit Campo, hit Four Horse, and I heard, you know, some people told me they went by the rocks, had trouble catching fish at the rocks. They came back south from the tip of the rocks, and they fished that first big yellow rig out in Black Bay, just to the north of the wreck. And they said they did really good out there on the bottom Carolina rig. I said, what the water looked like? He said, chocolate milk. He said, the water's green on the bottom. How could he tell me the water was green on the bottom? I really don't know. He said it was salty, but the water's fresh on top. How can you, he said he tasted the water on his lure and it was salty, but like you and I were talking about, did that make any sense? Because he's pulling it from salt water through fresh water. How are you going to taste salt water on your bait?
Maybe there was salt impregnated into the bait.
I'm not sure. Maybe he was licking a Berkeley Gulp or something.
Then you see things.
I'm not going to lie. The trout he had 25, 30 trout
yeah,
like that. Beautiful trout. I was like, golly, I was tempted to want to go out that way and try, but I don't know, as much as gas is costing right now, I've just kind of been wanting to stay close
and
and
catch
do
what
my
you can
thing.
catch.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I wish it was like 12 years ago, like many other people can remember, but we just have to face reality. Fishing's still great, still better than any other state, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. We got the best still, but we just spoiled from what we had to what we got now, which is still world class. Every person that comes fishing with me, like, golly, from out of state, they're like, this is unbelievable. And I'm disappointed, and they tickle pink. So I got to readjust.
Let's talk about the Sweetwater Marina a little bit. You had a lot of damage from last year's parade of storms. What situation are we in as far as lodging goes?
The lodging's prettier and better than it ever was before.
Looks brand new.
Brand spanking new.
Okay,
Everything.
so you got all the cabins up.
Everything.
You got a couple of trailers down. What's the shape of the ramp?
Wonderful.
Ramp's wonderful. What about the store and the bait room?
Everything, that's all great. Everything's back. We got Richie cooking food for us now, back with a food trailer, making wonderful hamburgers, pulled pork, and you know, what else he's got going on? The chicken wings are phenomenal.
You got pretty steady bait coming in.
Yeah, pretty much. We had a couple little hiccups here and there, but not very many. And you know, I've been working the boat. Me and Anthony have been working the boat, and Milton, and we've been doing well. And pretty much had enough bait for everybody this weekend, and should be even better. I got some new webbing for my boat, smaller webbing, so we should have even more shrimp.
Now catch some more. Let me go back a little bit and talk about conditions. You know, today we fished a lot of moving water. It was a big tide.
Huge tide.
Real moving water. And still saw bait, you know, kind of popping around a little bit. When somebody comes down here, what are they looking for when they head out? You know, I mean, let's scout a little bit for somebody. You're pulling out of the marina. You're heading south. You're heading down either towards Four Horse or Lake Campo or maybe even out to Stone. What are you looking for as you're running that would say, hey, I might want to try right there?
First off, you're looking for birds. If you can get lucky and find some birds.
The fish are decent?
It's beautiful birds. I mean, beautiful fish. We were catching them. We were up to a couple of weeks ago. We were slaughtering them in the bayou right here in Terrebonne under the birds. I'd find the birds flying a couple hundred feet up in the air, circling right over the bayou. I knew what they were waiting for. As soon as those trout would get up going, the shrimp would come up the top, and those birds that were 200-300 feet, boom, right on the top of it. So I'd ride down the bayou and just look for the ones hovering way up high, right over where they were hovering. I'd start fishing right then. I'd start catching beautiful trout.
Fish.
I mean, I made like 6 or 8 nice trips in the bayou. Unbelievable trips.
We fished a couple of points that it felt like they just had stubble. We fished a couple of places that felt like they had pretty good shells. Is this time of year, are the shells important in Delcroix?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the shells are good because of the shrimp and the other fish. You know, mostly the shrimp, when they coming through or coming in or going out with the tide, whichever way it's going, they can't hide from the fish in the shells. They cannot bury in the mud. They gotta go right on top of them shells, and those trout are just sitting right there. They can totally get them every time because they can't bury down in the mud and hide. And they're getting caught.
Yep, I agree.
So shells are important. That's a good thing. Find you some shell pads. You know, there's ancient oyster shell beds everywhere. Unfortunately, we don't have any live oysters growing on them. But there's still, you know, trout hanging around them, and like I said, the shrimp, and they coming through, they can't go bury in the mud, and they can't hide from the fish. The fish are just sitting there waiting and picking them off.
And if somebody comes down here, launches with you, gets their bait and all, where are they going to find the best fishing information before they leave the dock?
Oh, they can call me on my cell phone, or call the office and the little girl inside to get them straight.
That's true. You've been running a lot of trips, so you're not here all the time. If you check with Capt Jack, you can get good information. You know, he's always willing to share what's going on down here. He's as eager for you to catch fish out of the Sweetwater Marina as he is for him. I appreciate the day.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
I don't appreciate the butt whooping.
Sorry about that. Hey, but like I told you, today I'm going to learn a little bit new way to fish.
You got a new way to fish.
And a heavy current like that.
And only after 15 or 20 fish were you willing to share it, but you did.
No, I tried to share it. You kept fishing with a double rig, and I stand right next to you, showing what I was doing. I don't know.
Well, we stick with what we're confident with. So
I've been in the same
go.
position you've been in all the times with other people in the boat, so maybe it was my lucky day.
It was your lucky day. It was.
I don't think so, though.
You were very lucky. And I was lucky to fish with you, so thank you very much.
Anytime.
Pato.
All right.
Cool. Yep. That's it.